Welcome back. Well, the majority of Canadians are changing the way they shop for food as food prices continue to climb at the fastest pace since 1981. A new report by the Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University found about 3 out of 4 Canadians have made changes to the way they shop for groceries, like using more loyalty programs or reading weekly flyers. For more, let's bring in Sylvain Charlebois. He's Director of Agri-Food Analytics at Dalhousie University. And welcome to the show, Sylvain. I guess first, today's CPI data, it showed food prices rose at our fastest pace in almost 40 years, I guess.
Yep.
So how have Canadians changed their lifestyle? What are some of the more notable changes you're seeing here?
Well, Tara, it's painful out there, to be honest. And I know that a lot of that data is compared to what was going on 40 years ago. But the reality is that food inflation was an issue for just a few months back then. Now it's been that food inflation dilemma has been lingering for quite some time. In fact, our food inflation rate has outpaced the general inflation rate for several months now. And that's why a lot of people are noticing higher prices at the grocery store. So now we're seeing Canadians just committing to a different strategy because they know they don't have much of a choice.
What are some of those strategies? I know for myself, I use Checkout 51 and I take a look at what coupons are available. Is that what more and more people are doing?
Well, some of that, yeah, absolutely. I mean, generally speaking, a lot of people are looking at flyers more often. A lot more people are using loyalty points now. They actually realize that they have cash, they have money embedded into a loyalty program. So they're using those points in last year. And also we're seeing more and more people using coupons. Food rescuing apps, as you know, Tara, they're becoming more popular to get to those enjoy tonight deals. And so people are looking at different ways. Now, in terms of location, a lot more Canadians are actually looking at more than one address to get groceries. Typically, a lot of Canadians actually just went to one grocery store. Now, more and more people are looking at other places to buy food, including discounters, discount grocery stores, and dollar stores as well.
Wow, that's a lot of work on the part of consumers, really. Are we seeing any of the grocery stores doing anything to entice them to stay and maybe do all their shopping in one store?
I think loyalty is the next battlefield for grocers because when you actually have a food inflation rate as high as it is now, you're absolutely going to see a marketplace looking for more options. And so you have to keep them content. You have to keep them engaged as much as possible. And you have to give them discounts. Now, the good news that we're seeing right now is that things aren't as volatile as they used to. And when things aren't as volatile, it provides some breathing room to grocers to offer more deals, loss leaders, and things like that. These are things that we haven't seen a whole lot in the last couple of years.
Have you seen the way in which Canadians are cooking, or I guess, are they shopping more often as a way to combat this?
Do you own an air fryer, Tara?
I do not, but I know many people that do.
23% of Canadians have actually bought an air fryer in the last year for the first time. It's incredible. Deep freezers, 7% of Canadians have actually bought a deep freezer, and 8% of Canadians have actually renovated significantly their kitchens. So obviously, our food market is becoming way more domesticated, and people are trying to tool themselves well to cook more often at home.
I like that. You know, one of the things I started doing during the pandemic is creating soups and making things from raw ingredients. So I think it also allowed people to maybe experiment a little bit at home. But one of the things that stuck out for me in your survey, you're saying people cutting back on the amount of food they purchase due to higher prices. Are we seeing them growing it themselves, or how are they combating that?
This is the dark side of food inflation. So yes, 24% of Canadians are actually buying less food, which really means that that many are making dietary compromises along the way. And by the way, of the 24%, almost 70% are women. So you can see that a lot of people out there are struggling with higher prices. And of course, we know what's going on with interest rates. Interest rates are actually making the costs to shelter ourselves much higher, and that's putting a lot of pressure on our food budgets as well.
And what does that mean for food banks? Are they struggling right now as well?
They're struggling to get food, to be honest. So they're getting more traffic as a result of what's happening, but they're getting less food because the economy is getting better at rescuing food. We're out there looking for bargains, and so there's less food actually diverted towards food banks and food rescuing agencies, unfortunately. So that's a big struggle right now for food banks and food rescuers like Second Harvest in Toronto.